Cool.
All right.
So
So what do we want to talk about? Stocks?
stocks are like so fun, man.
Yeah, we can talk about it all. We can talk about, investing in yourself. We can talk about stocks, trading, whatever. You're the boss.
That's
Just let
so
me.
cool, man. What got you into like investing in yourself?
Um so really, like when I was in high school, I worked a crappy job in a gym, and I knew the second that I clocked in and out, I did not want to do it. You know what I mean? I knew there was better opportunity out there. I knew there was more money to be made. So the second I turned 18, I opened up a broker's account, got a camera, and just started recording. So making content, I guess, and just trading stocks. So
Dude,
that
that's so smart.
yeah, yeah. So really, I really just focus on, each day I have the same routine, making content as much as I can, and trading as best I can. So
Yeah, man. Do you focus more on like the content production or more on the investing?
um it's my time split up probably 50-50. I'm done by, like, obviously, I'm sure, like, trading best hours are like 9 to 11, 9 to noon, you know. So uh afternoon I just get lunch, 30 minutes, and then it's what video can we make today, you
That's
know.
super smart.
So it's just I don't want to, I want to rely on like more than one income stream. So that's why I like focus on, like, maybe today we'll focus on, writing a chapter in a book, or maybe we'll try to create some content, whether that's YouTube, podcast, or but yeah, so that's what I kind of have my day split up by. It's kind of 50-50 and just wherever it goes.
I mean, that's a really good way to build like a business asset that can pay
Hmm.
you for years and years and years and years
Oh
and years.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I made a video a day on YouTube, and for the first like year and a half, I didn't get paid from it, and then just recently, it's just like it's just going crazy, But with trading, you always get paid. That's just why I like it, especially if you're good at it. But yeah, so but
Right. Were you like learning about trading when you were in high school? How did you go through that
yeah,
process?
yeah. So this is what I did. I have some funny stories. When I
Okay.
was when I was in high school, I I had a personal finance class,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, so during this class, I would, like, obviously, like, just look up stocks, and I found Ross. I don't know if you know Ross Cameron,
Yeah.
Warrior Trading. I started watching his videos, and
Dude,
I'm like,
huge. Yeah. Inspiration.
mm-hmm. I'm watching this dude in my class, and I'm like, I have to do it. How this dude is making insane gains, doubling his account. I'm like, I got to do it. So I opened up a like free market watch account, and you know how they have like the simulation trading on it.
Yeah. Market
Uh,
watch.
yeah. So that was I started doing it, and my teacher was being the biggest, it, oh my idiot, and turned off my computer because I'm like, what are you doing? I'm looking up about stocks. You know what I mean? She shut my computer down, got kicked out because I wasn't looking up like lecture crap. So I'm like, but
What
yeah,
class was that?
that was personal finance. It was like some finance class. I don't even remember.
So you're looking
But
up how to make money in your finance class, and she's mad at you.
exactly. Exactly. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, she was something else though. But yeah, so I pretty much started in high school, just like swing trading, or not swing. Yeah, swing trading really is what I got into in high school. Just because, it was easier at the time. You have classes. And then I graduated high school, and then I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I kind of forgot about trading, and I'm like, like, what do I want to do with my like, everyone always said, what do you want to be when you're older? I'm like, I don't know. So then I started, just like, I opened up a, what was that? Robinhood account first, freaking lost like a grand. I'm like, what the F, man? And then I opened up a Sure Trader account, which I put like 2 grand in it, lost it in a month. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm doing something wrong. So I took 6 months, and I freaking went hard, just learning as much as I can. And then after that, I put another 2 grand in first month. Didn't lose any, didn't make any. I felt like that was a good learning experience right there, just to get some real trades in. Next month, like doubled or tripled my account. After that, just been insane, whether it's swing trading, day trading, or, you know, but yeah, so that's what I like to do.
Wow,
And
that's really
that's
cool.
how I learned. Yeah. So
Now, how many years ago?
this was, what was this? I'm only 20 right now. So this was like 2, maybe 3 years ago.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'm super jealous. You saw a Sure Trader when it was a thing.
Oh yeah, man, that thing was, it was cool. Commissions were high, but you could get past the PDT rule and just go. That's what
Yeah.
I liked about it. It was expensive, but I mean, you pay for trade. I don't know if you use trade ideas, but that's $120 a month. So I mean, it's worth it in my opinion.
You gotta
You
get
know.
like the info. Like you
Oh
pay,
yeah,
and then it turns
yeah,
into the results.
yeah, exactly. Like I always was so nervous when I first got trade ideas, just because it's $120 a month. You don't even know if you're gonna make money, especially starting out, and not life changing, but it definitely changes your trading results. If you have like top notch gear, oh, it's great. It's great. But yeah, so, but yeah, that's pretty much like how I learned, and just kind of the results there. But
What do some of like your best or worst days look like?
some of my best days are like, I don't know. Some of my best days is pretty much done by 10:30. Solid, probably anywhere from $800 to $1,500 in profit, and you just have the whole day to look at, ahead to. Some of the worst days is when you find yourself, first of all, repeating things that you've done that you've lost, money on. So if that's say it's, so let's say if it's stock that doesn't have recent, news or something, and you make a trade on it, it's just stupid. And then you do it again and you didn't learn from your mistakes. That's the worst thing I hate doing. But I mean, we all find ourselves doing it. But yeah, that's some of my work. And obviously losing money. But, everybody, all traders, some point in their career, whether it's, starting out or in the middle, or they lose money. It's just kind of the name of the game. With the market changing, your strategy has to change with it, and you know what I mean. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you do like, you do swing trading obviously.
Yeah, I do swing I do mostly small cap day trading, and then like anywhere from mid to large cap swing trades. That's kind of like my go-to.
Do you
So
leverage them with options?
no, I have, okay. I what was this? This was a couple years ago now. I did an option call on, I think it was just a regular option call on like S&P 500 or SPY or one of those tickers, and I lost like 30 or 40%, and I'm like, I didn't know what I was doing. This was when I was starting out, and I'm like, I got to focus on one thing before I learn another. So I focused on stocks and just buying and selling, and it worked well for me. So,
That's
but
good. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't want to find myself like I don't know how to describe it, like too much information where it's like you don't know what's going on, and you don't know if you should like do a call or put or whatever they're called. I don't even remember
Yeah.
now. Which one do you use? Do you do options?
Yeah, usually like just to leverage swing trades. So
Yeah.
like Snap's been rallying lately and the
Mm-hmm.
stock's up like, I don't know, 20%, but like
Yeah.
my calls are up like 140%.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
you can use it to multiply just really, really basic stuff though. Like you just
Mm-hmm.
buy a call or just buy a put, like nothing too
Yeah.
challenging. But I feel like, you're hitting on something really huge here, which is there's a lot of like technical stuff or a lot of like really in-depth things that don't really matter that much when you're starting.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people kind of see them as like this huge thing to overcome to start investing. You
Yeah.
said you spent, 6 months, which is for most people that's a really big amount of time. I kind
Yeah.
of went through the same thing. What were you
Mm-hmm.
like going through to really figure out what to do?
So really what I was trying to do, I like at the time I was just trying to learn about it. It sounds stupid now, but I was really just trying to focus on like, okay, today that's just learn about, let's say, level 2. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
man.
During this 6 months time, you're like, I'm looking at like the RSI line, moving average line, the VWAP. You know, if you look at it and you just look at it as a whole, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost easily. But if that's, say, you go at it like one step at a time, whether that's, okay, let's look at, you know, the VWAP. Let's understand this maybe for a week. Let's focus on just VWAP, not even doing like paper trades. Let's just see how the stock reacts when it hits it, comes in contact with it. But you know what I mean? And next day, let's focus on RSI. Next day, let's focus on creating a good scanner and just really go at it like that. That's how I went through it.
That makes 100% sense.
Mm-hmm.
Was Investopedia a big resource for you?
You betcha it was. Yeah. Yeah, it was. And like solid content on YouTube was good. You know, a lot of things were actually great. Reading books, you know, I read during that 6 months time, I probably read maybe a book a week. I swear. I was trying to get as much information as I could, but not like too much where it was, you know, overwhelming. But
That's really, really cool. What was your like big motivation to make that change and invest in yourself with your time and your energy?
so like the big change, I mean, I worked crappy jobs. I hated it. And I knew there was money to be made elsewhere. And I didn't know if it was at the time going to be stocks. I knew learning about stocks was going to be like a good tool for the future, no matter what. If that's, say, I didn't do like day trading or swing trading, but I understood like stocks and finance and money management, I think I would have been fine. You know what I mean? Even if I had a 9 to 5 job and I still knew where to put my money long term, it would be completely fine. But if that's, say, I didn't learn that, you know what I mean? You get money, and one of the biggest things with money here is if you're good with it, you can get it and you can get rid of it. Getting rid of it's the hardest part because you want to get rid of it smart. So that's investing in yourself, whether it's a $5 book that maybe all year doesn't pay you, but the next year you're like, holy crap, I remember something about this $5 book that's going to pay me $1,000. You know what I mean? So just stuff like that. So I don't know, but
That's really, really smart. Did you have anything like that? Like any of those little investments you made in yourself that really, really, really paid off looking back?
I would say probably one of, like, obviously trading did, you know, taking that 6 months. YouTube did. YouTube has been like one of those things where everybody I talked to said, why you don't get paid doing YouTube? Why are you doing it? You know, yeah, I only have 1,600 subscribers, but it's crazy. I make over $1,000 a month just from YouTube and views, whether that's affiliate marketing with, you know, all my other stuff, my courses, my books. It pays me easily more. And everybody, even when I first started out, why are you doing YouTube? You're never going to make any money doing it. And I said, okay, you know, that's your opinion. And I'll pretty much, I'll prove you wrong. So,
Dude, that's a really good mindset.
yeah, I mean, I didn't want to look at it like, oh crap, you're right. Why did I waste a year doing it? You know, I wanted to look at it like, okay, I know there's money to be made. So let's just go at it 100% and just do it. So
So you got sick of like working at the gym all the time.
it was terrible. I mean, it was cleaning up locker rooms and cleaning out toilets. And I'm in high school and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't do this. You know, I'm getting paid $8 an hour and it's just killing me. And, you know, now looking back, it's crazy. You know, I'm happy I went through something I hated so I could figure out something I liked, I guess is the best way to put it. But
Yeah. When you're in a time of pain, like that's when you'll
mm-hmm.
force yourself to do different things. Where are you from, Carter?
I'm from Michigan.
Michigan. What's the minimum wage there?
What is it? Oh man, it's probably like 8.25 now. I'm
No
not even
shoot.
sure.
Yeah, so you just like grind a minimum wage
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
then you start pounding out thinking about investing. How did like your family or your peers react to that?
So okay, funny thing. Parents didn't like it at first. Saw after 6 months of me like learning, okay, he can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the time they were like, what do you, Carter, like go get a job? Because a lot, like in Michigan where I'm from, a lot of like people work in either a couple of things: construction, they work in an auto factory, or they do some sort of trades. That's pretty much like what's around here, you know. And so they were like, just go get a job at Ford. They pay you 16 an hour. And I'm like, okay, I can, I can make more money somewhere else. I just give me time. I kept telling everyone, just give me time. And, I was going through school too. I was in community college at the time
That's
too.
smart.
Yeah. Just trying to save money that way. I got my associates. And then ever since then, it's just been, let's do YouTube and trading. And, but my peers, like my friends, at the time they were like, they're going to college, man. They're partying every day. And I'm like, I would hate doing that. I knew I would. And so I wanted to focus on myself and try to make money elsewhere. But so, but now they freaking call me up every day and they're like, hey man, what do you think about this stock? What do you think about this? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, go check out my YouTube channel. All these kids that were talking crap about me, but it's all right. They're cool. But are you in school?
Yeah, I'm at Georgia Tech now.
Oh, that's sweet. How do you like it?
It's pretty sweet.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
not like I mean, you kind of know this now that you graduated. Like a lot of the things you learn, like you're probably just like not gonna use.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's even in high school. Like, I wish they had like some sort of entrepreneur class in high school. It would save me like probably a year, of just doing stuff and trying to figure it out. But
That's an
it,
interesting shift. So, like, I kind of agree with this perspective that, like, a lot of investors, or especially if you're, like, actively trading, it's sort of
mhm.
like an entrepreneurial career.
Oh, it easily is. Easily is. First of all, the reason why I think it is one, you're your own boss. So if that's say you wake up today and you're like, I don't want to trade, no one's gonna be like, you gotta trade. You're like, I'm taking today off. I'm gonna go to get breakfast, and you know what I mean. That's why I like it. And then some days it's like, okay, let's focus on finding, that's trade all day, that's make content, that stay up all night, whether it's editing or you know what I mean. And sometimes you just get in the grind, but no one's making you clock in and do stuff you don't like. That's what I like about it. So yeah, yeah. But we're all trying to do it. It's fun.
Right. How much time do you put in sort of to your medium term, long term investments versus active day trades?
So like time related, do you mean? Like how much time do I spend like finding stocks?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't like I mostly, to be honest here, I mostly put money just towards like a couple of tech stocks. I made a ton of money off Tesla. Um, I put a 90% of my income towards like the S&P 500.
Yeah.
Just because I know it's reliable, it's been around for a while. So that's where I put it for like retirement, long-term stuff. Really, I just try to keep it simple and put it towards there. But
That's really
yeah,
smart. Is that sort of
yeah,
the stuff you were learning in that personal finance class?
yeah, pretty much. Just like, no credit card debt, just invest your money and put it in. And at the time, like, I don't know, it's weird. My teacher wasn't very smart about it looking back at it. But um, yeah, so I mostly just put it towards the S&P 500, or yes, some tech stocks too, but Apple, stuff like that. So,
Right.
but where do you
But
put your stuff towards? Just
I have
curious.
like most of my stuff in like day trades, and then
Mhm.
basically like the inverted yield curve that kind of happened in August.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and so like historically like that's happened like 8 maybe 9 times in the past 100 years, and then like
Yeah.
every single time it happens without fail. Except for maybe like once in the 70s, like within a year and a half, 2 years, there's been a
Mhm.
recession. So
Yeah.
it happened in '06, it happened in
Mhm.
'99. So
Yeah.
as soon as that happened, I was out of indices and then just doing swing trades, like four
Okay.
month positions, stuff like that.
That's cool. Yeah, that makes sense. I like the thing is I always like with like I've gotten to like where my account size is like I don't like I'm over the PDT rule and I'm just trying to put money away and it's like I don't want to put it in something that is gonna, go down, I guess. And I know that only gets what is it, 6%, 7% a year. But I don't know. That's like nothing looking at it like that. But
What do you make a day in percentage points on a good day?
on a good day, probably around 22. I would say my average is. I could probably look it up. I had yeah, I'll just estimate and say 22.
That's
22%.
22%. That's what most people make in 3 years.
Yeah, it's
That's really
crazy.
impressive, man.
Yeah. And my like the past month my swing trades have been up probably 72%, I would say.
That's really,
Something
really awesome.
something like that. I mean, I bought Beyond Meat, killed it.
Oh man. Wow,
Killed
very
it.
impressive.
Oh, literally made thousands. And then I bought Tesla after the Cybertruck released when everybody was selling it, bought in, went up to 540, sold it yesterday.
Nice
But
job.
yeah, so those two just freaking killed it for me lately. But smart plays, I guess. A little bit of luck, but a little bit of knowing what you're doing.
Right, right, right.
So,
Do you think most of your returns come from a minority of your investments?
uh, yeah, probably. Probably like I would say yeah, looking at it. I mean, I've been really into like I've been trying to figure out like smart dividend investing, and I want to start doing like real estate investing. So,
Mm-hmm.
those are the things I've been reading about now and trying to take some time and focus on them and trading. And there's a lot I'm going on that's going on.
That's
But
a lot of assets.
oh yeah, I'm trying to diversify, be smart with my money, and still, be over the PDT rule where I can trade and kill it that way. So
Right.
yeah, it's fun. I love doing it though. I would never do anything else. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's really fun.
It is. It's like there's no better feeling waking up, let's say at 7 o'clock, you get your coffee, you pull up your charts, and you're just, sitting charting, and then the morning comes, and within the first 30 minutes, you're up $900. There's no job like that. And if that's say you just sell all your positions at 10 o'clock, you made more than 90% of anyone else
Yeah,
during that. That's why I like it.
that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Who do you use now that you're over PDT?
I use TD Ameritrade.
Yeah, they're so good.
They're great. I love them.
Yeah.
Customer service is awesome. Charts are great. Can't beat it. But yeah, and on my YouTube channel, this company called me and they were like, there's some trading company called Mumu, and they were like, hey, we'll if you promote our videos, we'll pay you $1,000. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So they paid me like $1,000, and I got to talk about them. Looking at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, because once you do that, I feel like your content changes and it changes your videos up. But I did it again. I would need more money and not so many videos. They wanted me to do 12 videos for $1,000, but I mean, it's all right though. It sucks, but it's all right. But yeah.
You're growing and growing and growing business assets, man. That's really, really cool. Do
Yeah.
you think like stuff like YouTube or a lot of these online business like mostly YouTube, do you think that's gonna still be like as prosperous after say, a recession or something?
Uh, like it's hard to say,
Yeah.
like I would say yes. I would say the people who are well known are gonna do fine in a recession. You know what I mean? If you're well known and you can still make content, whether that's doing anything on YouTube or anything elsewhere, but if you're well known, you're fine, in my opinion. Because we're like if you're well known, that's where money flows. So that's a good idea I always had.
That's
So,
smart, yeah.
mm-hmm.
But with day trading, like you could just pound that out in any kind of place.
Yeah. I mostly just trade on my computer, and I don't know, and it's hard to say YouTube, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I never really thought about it. I guess it's interesting, but we'll see where it goes if there's a recession.
Yeah, yeah. It's smart.
Mm-hmm.
When did you have like that moment where you realize like, wow, like trading stocks could be it? Was it like when you doubled your account in a month, or was it like when you showed that to people? When was like that big epiphany for you?
Okay, like all right. So when I was like, I'm sure you understand when you trade, the like money seems fake. It honestly it does. And so you're sitting there, you're just trading. You're like, oh, I'm up, $500. All right, cool. But the second this is what happened with me. The second you send it to your bank account and you can swipe your card and buy something with it, that's when it's like this is awesome. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when you trade, it's just kind of like you're just going through the motions, you're trading, but if you send it to your account and you can spend it, then you did it right. So
That's
that,
really powerful, and that gets into like emotions, especially like if you're day trading. Like I think emotions are one of the biggest things to
oh,
conquer and to get over. How did you go about that?
practice. So when I was losing money, I I was so I had FOMO, I had fear, I had all the things you read about, I had. Honestly, where it's like, oh, you have greed. Oh, when a stock went up, I'm like, oh, this thing can go to $5,000 easily, and then, and then it falls and I lose 200. But um, so I getting over it was probably I would just say just practice, 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 practice. That's with anything though, but that's what I did. The second I realized like I can't look at it like it's hard to explain. It really is. Like I don't know. I don't know, but I got over it, I guess, just with practice, I would say. Practice definitely was good for it. So,
Was like sim trading with Market Watch helpful in getting over the emotions?
yeah, yeah, it was. I use Market Watch because they were good at the time, especially when I was starting out. And then I got TD Ameritrade's what is it? Their simulation.
Yeah,
That,
the paper.
yeah, paper trading, whatever
It's
it
really
is.
good. That's what I
Yeah,
use.
yeah, that's what. Yeah, and once I found that, because I'm like, you can't really look at like anything on there. They just had the little chart on Market Watch, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. And so I looked it up, found TD Ameritrade, and I've been a sucker ever since. So
Yeah,
they're great.
especially
There.
without fees.
Oh yeah, not now, man. You can if let's say you don't know where the stock's going, and you put let's say it's only like 20 shares. You put 20 shares in. Oh crap, this is going up. Let's buy a little more. You don't have to worry about $7 at the time. Whatever it was. So.
It's crazy before, but
Oh, it's
yeah.
so expensive. Yeah, I called them one time and I was just like, this is when I had like 14,000 in my account. I called them and I was like, oh my, I cannot do this. I need lower commissions or I'm leaving. And they're like, oh my gosh, okay. And they lowered it to like I think 299.
Dang.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was so mad. But
How come?
I don't know. It's just one of those things where like I knew how much I trade and I knew $7 a pop. Every time I made a trade, $7. And if you're a trader and you trade 10 times, let's say a week, that's, $70.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I got to get it lower. But now they're commission free and it's awesome. So yeah, that I looked at it like I don't know, monthly, weekly, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. They're getting so much money from me. And so I called them up after I kind of realized it. But I
So
don't
you
know.
just
They're
like
awesome.
took it.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Even though I paid so much in commission and fees with SureTrader. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's one thing about SureTrader. They were cool though.
I mean, if you're not over PDT, it's like I
Oh
think
yeah.
you just,
Yeah. If you're not over PDT and you really want to like margin out your account to like 6 to 1, that's the place to go.
oh no way. Did you play around with margin?
When I was starting out, you betcha I did.
No way. How'd it go?
Well, so it went all right. Starting out, I obviously the first month I didn't lose any money. I didn't uh make any money, but like my freaking risk to loss ratio was terrible. Looking at it, it was so bad. One day I'd be up $1,000, and then the next day I'd be down $1,000, and oh my gosh. I don't know how I did it looking at it. Risk management's key.
Wow.
And at the time, it's just whatever, So
Do you use stop losses on all your trades?
yeah, stop losses. I always use stop loss, especially now. Always. If that's a trade's not going my way, even if it just bounced down a little bit, I'm selling a little bit because I can always buy back into it. That's what I always look at it.
So like
You know,
mental stop losses
mental stop loss. Yeah.
usually.
Whether that's, a moving average line and I just tell myself, all right, if it falls below this moving average line, we're just going to hop out. That's mostly what I do. But,
Right. What do you find works best like for your day trading setups and your daily setups?
I mostly look at making sure the stocks pretty much above the moving average lines, just because there's no resistance other than like price resistance, which is like, I'm sure but once it's above the moving average lines, I like to kind of use either the VWAP as some sort of support or something, and just make sure it doesn't fall below it, I guess.
Right. Yeah, VWAP's huge. Like what kind of moving averages do you use?
I use what is it? I use 9, 20, 90, 200.
Oh, 90. That's freaking cool. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Those are like go to every day. Sometimes we'll change it up, but I always get nervous when I do.
Yeah, it's always so weird.
I know. If you change up your charts, I feel like I'm a different trader. So,
Right.
but what I've been really doing, because this company, like Mumu, they funded my account, and they want me to build it up for them just to show that I can build it up. And I'm like, their charts are terrible. So I pull up TD Ameritrade's charts on one screen, and then I pull up, the what you might call it, where I can buy and sell.
Yeah, the order box.
Yeah, but they're always like, "How do you love our charts?" And I'm like, dude, I'm like, you can't. All right, you can't even see pre-market.
Oh shoot! No way.
Yeah. I swear they're delayed like a minute, because when I see TD Ameritrades go off and you hear ding 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 ding,
Yeah.
freaking. I'm looking at Mumu's and I'm like, because that's the company. I'm like, dude, they're freaking delayed. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna trade this? I can't wait to be done with them. I can't wait. I mean, they're gonna send me some free shirts and stuff, but like, man, this sucks. But I don't know. They're cool. They're like some Chinese company. So I don't know.
Maybe they'll make it through the recession.
Yeah. Oh man, it's funny.
Oh my god, I would do that exact same thing. I would have like TD Thinkorswim up, and then I'd be sitting on my phone trying to put stuff in Robinhood, like when the fees were high.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we've all been there trying to do that.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's hilarious. Oh man. But yeah. So what do you do you mostly day trade or swing trade? What do you focus on?
Yeah, I mean, I trade like every day, so I'll put like hour, 2 hours into day trading, and then like you can do long-term investments. I have some long-term stuff in crypto and like especially like crypto mining stuff.
Yeah.
But for long-term in equities right now, it just doesn't make sense because the way the markets are. So everything else is in like short-term swing trades, and those have been doing pretty well. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, 300% the last half year or so.
Oh, nice. That's really good.
Yeah, it's fun.
What are your thoughts on crypto? I'm just curious.
Crypto, dude, like there's been so much money destroyed in like the last year and a half. There's been so much money made if you look at it before the huge pump. It's really really crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of the consistency has been in like mining income, but even that's sort of steadily fading. So it's it's really interesting because the market's recovering now, and a lot of the technology is just like ballpark phenomenal. But then there are some companies. There's this one company called DRG and Dragon Coin, and they were like $4 or $5 when Bitcoin was like 20,000, and now they're like 3 pennies, and it's just like straight down. And so you start to see like companies that are trying to maybe propose new technology that just sucks. They're really getting punished for it. I don't know. Were you trading crypto like in the bull market?
So yeah, I had a little FOMO going on. With it. I bought when it was at like, I don't know, 6,000.
That's good.
And I sold at like, I don't know, 18.
Dude, that's impressive. Very good.
Yeah. I kept telling my brother was be like, oh my gosh, keep buying. I'm like, I don't know about it, you know what I mean? And so I just sold it, and what do you know, a week or two later it fell. So I don't know.
There was some
I
super frantic investing mentalities.
uh-huh. Yeah. It was on the news every night. You know, everybody was talking about it. I feel like everybody and their grandma was buying Bitcoin at the time. I'm like, that's when I was like, I know I shouldn't, but I'm gonna buy some, you know.
Right.
But I mean, I think I only made like $700 off it because I didn't buy full Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like too big where I knew my loss. You know what I mean? Wouldn't have been too bad. So
So you had it as part of like a long-term portfolio?
I had it more towards probably like long to yeah, pretty much long term. I would say actually looking back at it.
What
But
do you usually use for your percent weightings per individual position in long-term stuff?
I like honestly long term stuff. I honestly don't even look at stuff like that. It's so weird. I mostly just like I was saying. I mostly just put my money towards the S&P 500.
Oh, well, that makes it easy then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Looking at it and you telling me to look at it, man, I'm about to go change my stuff. But yeah, I was actually thinking about it. I might take some money out of what I have in and just kind of, either wait or focus on swing trading. That's what I was.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about it like 2 or 3 days ago because I knew we're at all-time highs each day. Recession's about to come, so let's just take profits and focus on swing trades. That's what I should do. What do you think?
It's been working out really well. Dude, all you gotta do is get some money, buy some puts. You can make, because the market moves way faster when it goes down than when it
Yeah,
goes up. So you'll
yeah.
have stocks. If you look at like GE, it takes them 15, 20 years to have a run up, and then it takes them like 2 or 3 years to go down that same amount. So you
Yeah.
short that stuff, or
Oh
you can catch
yeah.
the bottom. I know they were at like 6 lately. I bought calls when they were at like 6, and now they're at like 20 or 12. Well, the
Hmm.
calls are, but there's so many opportunities because it's just so much more volatility.
Yeah,
And speaking
that's
of
the.
volatility, oh, what's up?
Oh, nothing. Go. Keep going. You're
All
good.
right, all right. What was like you think your biggest takeaway from like the Bitcoin stuff?
Pretty much the biggest takeaway with Bitcoin. I don't know. It like Bitcoin with for me, I guess I didn't understand it, and I knew it was. I just didn't understand. I didn't understand it. I knew everybody was buying it, and I knew everybody was making money in it, and so pretty much I just thought, okay, that's just go for it, and just put. I don't even remember how much I put in at the time, but and just try to make some cash. And so I ended up doing it. I'm like, all right, let's sell, and I dumped it, and then I put that money towards like I think I bought like a camera with it or something, but I don't know. I didn't really focus on like at the time like risk to reward. I didn't focus on anything. I guess it's crazy though, but now
Very
that's all.
interesting.
That's all I freaking focus on.
Yeah, I mean nothing else matters.
Yeah, I know. So, but it's just crazy, honestly, like bringing up this because it's looking back, like I can't believe I invested in something. First of all, I didn't understand, and somehow I still made money on it. It's just nuts. But
But you realize that like that's a fluke.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
a lot of
Oh yeah.
people, that there were some other cryptocurrencies, especially like altcoins or all those different
Hmm.
ones. And
Yeah.
some of the investments I made where you could turn like a couple $100 into like 40 or 50 or 60,000,
Hmm.
and you had people that made those investments. And then they thought they were like the smartest people on the planet,
Oh
and then they
yeah.
went out, and then what happens next? They lose it all,
Hmm.
because they don't have the right foundation.
Yeah. It was funny at the time. Everybody was a crypto expert,
Yeah,
and now, I don't know. I feel like crypto for me. I feel like I know a lot because I always sometimes I'll talk about it in my videos, and they always ask me, and I go, I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't think anybody does. I mean, if it pumped back up to 20,000, there's definitely money to be made there for sure. And where do I see it being like a cryptocurrency we'll use? Yeah, honestly, maybe long term. Who knows?
right.
So it's just it's interesting. So, but
It's like
so
watching like all of the 1990s happen in like 6 months, and then now
oh
everything after.
yeah, oh it totally is. I never thought about it until now since you said that. It really is. But yeah, man, crazy times, I guess.
Yeah.
So, so do you focus on like what's your daily routine? Just curious.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So like I wake up at 4 like every morning. That's like hard set.
Okay.
And I got to that probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Hmm.
Um, it was mostly like getting like really into like working out every single day.
Yeah.
And having like waking up at 4 and being like, all right, let's go to the gym, let's pump it, let's pound it.
Hmm.
And then after that, it was like writing the book. Like it takes a lot of work to write a book, so I would just like wake up
Oh
every
yeah.
single morning and just like pound out
Hmm.
some pages.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's been like a total shift in clarity. I know, like a lot of the most productive people I know, they wake up super early. And a lot of my
Hmm.
business partners, like before I met them, they were like waking up at 4 a.m. and I was like, what the heck?
Hmm.
Um, because instead of like, and I don't know if this is for everybody, because like some people really just aren't morning people.
Yeah.
Um, but for me, like by the time it's the end of the day and it's like 8 o'clock at night, which is when I usually go to bed, like if I was gonna
Hmm.
stay up for another 2, 3, 4 hours, my mental capacity is like just crushed.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it makes so much more sense. You get so much more productivity done at the beginning of the day. And some people, like, obviously you don't want to make a whole jump to like waking up at 4, and that's totally cool. I didn't
Hmm.
get there in a day. It took me about a year to slowly get there. um, so a really good strategy you can use if you want to maybe have really 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 high impact time to do whatever is like the number one thing you can focus on. See, now that the book's out, like I'm using this time in the morning to work on my businesses and
Hmm.
startups and stuff like that because it's really high productivity time. A really simple thing to do is just set a bedtime and then wake
Yeah.
up 7 8 hours later whenever you want to get up, and
Hmm.
then take that time and just move it back 15 minutes and force yourself to go to bed like 15 minutes early, and then just spend the first 15 minutes of every day as like newfound free time to go
Yeah.
and learn about investing, start looking at stocks for the day, whatever your passion is.
Yeah, that I would say that that's 100% true. Everything you said. I try to wake up early. I try to be up at like anywhere from 6 to like 6:30. Sometimes 7 if I'm like, if all I want to do is just go to the gym, I'll kind of get up at like 7, go for an hour, be back by 8, take a shower, everything up by like, 8:30, 8:45.
Yeah.
And then
And then
I
you
mean,
just go ham.
yeah, exactly. But there's times where it's like when I sleep, I feel like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, I can't wait to trade.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
I can't like it's like hard for me to sleep when I'm like not. So I'll wake up and be like, oh my god, it's only 5 o'clock, 5:30. I got to get the charts up. And there's some days where I'm literally just sitting at my computer, just looking at stocks that aren't even moving, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait. But yeah, so I love
That's
doing it.
so fun. I
Yeah,
hear
it
that
really
so
is.
often too.
Hmm. Oh, I love it. And one of the biggest things too is I think, especially when I was like, especially now in that I'm over that PDT threshold, and I can just focus on this as like my income. I think one of the biggest things is working out before you trade.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes your mind clean, especially if you like my gym has like a sauna and a pool, and
Wow.
it's really sweet. So if I can like sit in a sauna and relax for like 30 minutes and just maybe go for a jog, and then I come to trade, I feel like I trade so much better. I really do, because I feel like I wiped away everything, and my mind's just a lot clearer. So, but yeah.
I 100%. I don't even see it as an option. Like I feel like that's just
Mhm.
like you just have to do.
Exactly. Yeah, me too. I really do. It's when I was first starting out, I would wake up and I would just go out of bed to my computer, and I feel like I was just like tired, and I'll just be like, I feel like that's probably why I lost money, when I was first starting out. So I'd just be waking up from the bed at 9 o'clock. By the time I found stocks, it's freaking 9:28, and you got 2 minutes, and you're like frantically trying to trade, and rather than just taking the time, going at it with a more like conservative approach, and just, okay, we got the charts up, we still have 45 minutes before it
Yeah,
opens.
just chill out.
Let's just get a coffee, maybe read a book for 30 minutes. It makes it so much easier. That's what I always tell anyone I can to do it that way. So
And you're not going to an office building to do it either,
yeah,
which makes it like
exactly.
so easier. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. But a lot of my buddies will always like I used to meet friends probably maybe twice a week up at Dunkin' Donuts, and they were like, "Teach me to trade, teach me." I'm like, dude, you got to have time. You got to have at least a couple months just to practice, and learn everything. And I tried explaining it to him, and the kid never called me back. So I'm like, whatever, it wasn't for him. But people used to call me all the time asking. But so
It's just
pretty
tough to
funny.
teach.
Yeah, I mean, they were like everybody thought it was get rich quick.
Ah.
Everybody did it. Hey man, I got $5,000. What stock's gonna go up 200% tomorrow? I'm like, I'm like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, you tell me, you'll probably have a better guess. So it's just funny. These kids, they had money and they just wanted to make more, and rather than just taking some time and learning it. That's what I always told everyone. But they never listened. So now I think they work construction, and it sucks. So
Right.
but yeah, it's crazy.
Like you're explaining to someone what 7 or 10 or 20% is, and you're
Mm-hmm.
talking like I remember I do this all the time. I would like be like, this is the percent returns that you can expect, because I think percent returns like the best way to measure anything, because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
scalable and comparable.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd be like, oh, okay, how much money is that if I have $100? And I would be
Yeah.
like, okay, well, that's like 5, 10, $15. And you're like, oh, that's a waste of time. I don't want to do that.
I know.
And
I know.
it's just, I think a lot of people don't understand like compound interest.
Oh
And
yeah, I feel like they don't either. That's why I love day trading, is because the profits you get today can be used tomorrow.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I think that's key. So, especially growing an account, that's really very, very useful. So, but yeah, it's crazy.
what does sort of your morning process or your routine look like when you're going through sort of this? What stocks you're going through in the morning? What are you doing with them?
Okay, so really what I do is I pull up, I get trade ideas up, and I'm really just focused on stocks that are up more than 4%. I like to keep it super simple. I'm looking at all the pre-market gappers, kind of the overall trend lines, where they're at, where's near support, resistance, stuff like that. And then if that's okay, there's no stocks that look good, let's make sure we have a good momentum scanner up and really try to get in early and push up. That's really basic, but
Right.
that's really what I do. You know, so it's not too complicated. Making sure all the stocks have like some sort of fundamental or some sort of catalyst, I guess. Some
Mm-hmm.
stocks that have some sort of news, or that always is very nice. But yeah, pretty much gap and go strategy for me.
Yeah, I mean, it works really, really, really well.
Very well.
So
Yeah.
you're looking at gainers, you're looking at news, which is super critical.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
dude, you see like some of these companies, I don't know if you're trading this morning, and they have like these FDA cures or something. It's like, oh my gosh, they just cured cancer. And then
Yeah,
they
I
go up
know.
like 400%.
I know. Like, what stocks did you trade today? I'll tell
Today, let
you
me
what I.
pull up. I think it was like CLV. I only had 2 day trades. I think one was CLVS, the other one was, oh, where's Thinkorswim? I always forget the tickers.
Yeah, I traded CETX here. I got
Oh,
into.
yeah,
Yeah,
CX,
yeah.
yeah.
That was pretty much the only trade for me.
It was the biggest
There.
one.
Yeah, that's. I mean, what else? I made a couple like break even trades somewhere.
Yeah, it was a lot of yeah, man. You get those days, and then you get
Yeah.
the days where like you have stocks that sextuple, and
Mhm.
it's just crazy.
Yeah, like crap. What was that one stock the other day? Oh my
Oh, the one that
gosh.
went up like 500%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that is.
ADAP.
Yeah, ADAP. That stock was killing it.
Oh my gosh.
It was nuts. It
Yeah,
was
man.
crazy.
I mean,
But
where else do you see things you can buy at $2 at 9:30, and then
uh-huh.
at 10 o'clock it's at like 550?
Yeah.
Like there
I
aren't markets that do that. Crypto used to do that, like
mhm.
when it was, but now it's just stocks.
Yeah. Like ADAP, that went from literally $1.30 pre-market gap to $2 and like 19-20 cents.
Yeah,
Hit a high of almost $6
it's
all
insane.
within a day. I can't believe I
Before
made it.
like noon, before
Yeah,
lunchtime.
I know. I remember I got in on a little micro pullback at 245, and
Wow, very impressive.
within literally 5 minutes the stock was at $4. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, this is
And
insane.
what was that to you?
What do you mean?
How was
Sorry.
the what was the gain?
Oh, it was. I think it was like 1,100.
That's so awesome.
It was something. It was something around that. I could actually look somewhere, but
Yeah, I
it,
mean everything's somewhere, someplace on TD.
yeah, yeah. But it was around that. It was over a grand, easy, easy. But yeah, it's just it's crazy how these stocks do this. It really is. You know, a lot of people too think, oh my gosh, this is gambling. I hate when people say that.
It's
I
so
hate it.
crazy.
I know everybody like my brother used to tell me all the time, you're just gambling. I'm like, okay, that's why I made $1,000 today. I guess I'm gambling right. But
I feel like like if you go into a casino and you're gambling and you're like playing blackjack, and
mhm.
if you work really 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 hard at home to learn how to count the cards, and you figure out how to
Oh
count the
yeah.
cards, and you go into the
Hmm.
casino and you start counting the cards, like you're gonna get kicked out within like 5 minutes because
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
know.
take all their money.
I
But
exactly.
it's so crazy. But with the stock market, like you have stuff like VUP, like you were talking about, like moving averages,
Hmm.
like you're talking about. You have these scanners, the momentum scanners,
Hmm.
pre-market scanners, and you can like count the cards of Wall Street, and
You
then make as
can.
much money as you want. And they can't kick you out.
Yeah, I know. You're like almost rewarded for doing it though. It's weird.
Exactly.
Like especially like as a content creator, because that's like key. You're totally gonna get a lot more clicks on your video if you say you made $1,000 today. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So it's just cool. It's sweet. I love it. I really do.
it's so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But yeah.
For those who are newer, what do you mean by a momentum scanner? Like, how would someone go about
Oh,
setting that up?
all right. So pretty much when a stock I have mine very, very simple. Momentum scanners when a stock gets some sort of momentum in the market, whether that's volume, whether that's price action. If the stock that's say went up more than 4% within a minute, you just get notified so you can pull up the stock and look at it. Or if you get like a 1 minute volume spike where during that 1 minute that share got, or that stock can't even talk, got 10,000 trades,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll just get notified. So those stocks have a tendency to get more investors and more traders to purchase it, and that will cause an increase in price, I guess.
Right. I mean, it works really, really well. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's great. Yeah, especially, do you use trade ideas or no?
It's trade ideas in the morning, and then I use the Thinkorswim, just the scanner that's in it, because you can drag it
Yeah,
over on the charts, and
yeah, it's nice.
they're
Yeah,
all so good though.
they really are.
And
They're
everyone's looking at the
awesome.
same stocks, no matter what they're
Hmm.
using. Usually.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but yeah, I
How do you
love
feel
doing it.
about most people are just like they don't have any kind of day trading, they don't have any kind of swing trading, and for
Mhm.
a lot of people either they have no investments in the market, or maybe if they do have investments they only have investments in like indices, which are really 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 great long term, but they're like
Mhm.
significantly more diverse than obviously what we're doing with like individual stocks in like a
Yeah.
1 or 2 or 3 hour time period. How do you feel about like? Do you think that you're trading like the top 1% of stocks that attract 80% of gains every day?
Um, do I repeat it one more time? I'm sorry. It's going in and out. My internet is
Oh, I'm so
going
sorry.
whacked up. You're good.
Do you feel like you're trading like the top 1% of stocks that attract like 80% of gains?
Yeah, I do. I do. The reason why, I mean, like these top stocks that we're looking at here, I mean, kind of like how we were talking about. This stock went from $1 to $8 or whatever it was, $6. These stocks are getting insane gains, and if you're smart with your money, if you understand it, you can easily get those gains. It just takes practice, really. So
Right. And you're mostly using what, technical analysis? What is like your go-to thing?
my go-to thing is pretty much gap and go. I do that probably almost every day.
So just like
Um,
new breakouts?
yeah, new breakout, resistant breakout, maybe some moving average, support taps,
Yeah.
um, maybe some, I don't know. Mostly for swing trades, it's a little different, but day trades, gap and go, and pretty much momentum breakouts are like my two like go to.
Yeah.
Swing trading, it's more like, okay, this stock has had a historical bounce at $10. there's a moving average line coming in contact with it. That set stops right below it, and get in. And if maybe we only buy like $10,000 worth of the position, we can always buy into it more. So
Right.
Especially if it's going up. So yep, that's pretty much like my go-to day trading and kind of swing trading strategy right there.
Yeah,
But,
that's smart.
yeah, I like to keep it simple, I guess. A lot of people, like, especially on my charts, I hate to have too much information up. It's kind of information's a good or a bad thing. If you have too much of it up, you're gonna look at everything and you'll be, oh my god, resistance, support, resistance. Oh my god, that's a trend line. That's what I mean. You gotta understand something and do what I guess. So,
Right.
but yeah, pretty cool.
That makes sense. You're finding the easiest, simplest way, and that I guess
Yeah,
just comes from experience and your base.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Experience and just I guess understanding it. So.
Hmm. What do you do? If you're not making YouTube videos, if you're not trading stocks,
What did
to
I?
sort of stay up with yourself.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember the last time. I swear it's okay. It's either if I'm not like filming, I'm editing. If I'm not trading, I might be eating. I don't know. Most time I just eat and look at stocks. But maybe sometimes if it's like later and I'm tired and I gone to the gym and because I try to do the gym in the morning. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch like some TV shows or maybe watch like YouTube and just try to learn about something new.
That's
So,
cool, man.
yeah.
I mean, you're definitely out there achieving a lot more than so many people, which is really impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like my time is I'm so busy all the time,
Right.
That's,
I
so I have 2 videos I got to edit today and, get them up and, one for the course, one for, YouTube. I  got to get some books sent out. What else do I got to do? Jeez, I don't even know. I'll have to look at my planner somewhere, but it's just, another thing I like doing is like podcasts. Podcasts are fun like this.
Mhm.
I love doing it. I would do this all day. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
That makes sense. That's a lot of stuff. So the
Yeah.
planner really helps with that, like knowing what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I would be like stressed out if I didn't have it, I guess. Just because if let's say like I don't have it right now, I think I left it downstairs. But like it makes it easy because you're like, okay, after trading, we just got to make a video, podcast, edit. If I'm looking at it like as a whole right now, it's like, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff to do. But like if I take it one at a time and I just cross it off my planner, it makes it so much easier and it's not too like overwhelming, I guess.
Very impressive.
Yeah. And I keep all my stocks on it too that I trade. So like weekly recaps and like the group chat, stuff like that. So,
One thing I started doing about 8 months ago that like really helped is just like hire an editor, like a freelance
Oh,
editor.
yeah.
Dude, I would really like it's a game changer. It frees up so
Is it
much
really?
time. Yeah.
Oh,
And you
man.
can get like cheap,
How much?
like $2 an hour.
Really?
Yeah. Is
Oh
your time
my.
worth more than that?
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, let me write this down. Hold on. All right. That is crazy. I didn't know they were that cheap.
Yeah. Dude, people in like Singapore or that other country that used to be a country and then the US took over and now they're not a country anymore, but they used to be a country. We were fighting with them in the Vietnam War. I forget the name of the country.
I can't
Um, I think the Philippines. Dude,
Oh yeah.
people in the Philippines, like minimum wage is like 80 cents or $1, like an hour.
Really?
And so like paying them a couple bucks an hour is like it's huge.
Yeah. Do they do a good job?
Yeah, they do phenomenal. Like I got this one guy,
Really?
Nico, he's amazing.
Oh my gosh, I'm literally gonna check that out. I have 2 videos to edit today. If I can pay someone to do it, I'll
Yeah,
do
man. I've got like 5 terabytes of courses that I'm just sending over to my buy.
it. That is awesome. Oh, where do you look it up on? What is it?
Freelancer.com.
Freelancer?
Yeah.
All right.
It's so good.
Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. That'll save me some time. Let me bookmark it. right, there we go. Cool.
And you can
But
just have them start out on like one project, see how they do. Most
yeah,
people,
that's what I'm gonna try to do.
yeah. I got lucky though. He was my first guy, and he was phenomenal.
Really,
Yeah.
man, that is. I wish I would have known that sooner.
Yeah,
Man,
right?
that would save me hours.
It's
Oh my
kind of
god.
like eBay, but backwards. So instead of like bidding up the price,
Hmm.
you'll have a bunch of freelancers that'll come to your project and they'll bid down how much they'll work per hour until
Oh
they
my
bid to like the
god.
lowest possible, which is $2.
Oh my god. That is sweet. Ah.
And if you're making like, here's the thing, okay? If you work maybe 2 hours and
Mhm.
on average you make what, say is $1,000 a day, average, is that reasonable?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
like
it's
what, $500 an hour
yeah.
on average, give or
Yeah.
take.
Hmm.
So to think that you could, that's a lot more than $2,
I know.
you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. That is gonna change so much. Oh, I'm about to be making content all day.
Right? Me too.
And
I'll like just film for 15 hours straight and not even worry about the editing.
oh my goodness. That's good. Literally, I pay, I think how much is Adobe Premiere? That's like $40. Do they cover that?
Dude, I just use Sony Vegas. Everybody hacks it off the internet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I don't
Oh
know.
my god. Man, you're saving me money. I like it. I mean that the freaking Adobe Premiere, I think is like $40 I pay
That's 80
a month.
or 20 hours.
Yeah, man.
That's a work week. A
Yeah,
couple days.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's gonna change my YouTube. I already know it. Oh my gosh. Sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. I think
But
that's kind of one of the cool things because you're obviously working really hard, which is awesome. Like that's the number one sign of dedication is like the willingness to go super hard.
yeah.
I remember like when I was writing 9 to noon, like I would do everything. I didn't know about this outsourcing stuff, and so I
Hmm.
would spend like literally I think I spent 2 weeks doing just the citations for the book, and then another like two
Really.
weeks doing just like the cover design and the formatting and all this stuff. And I could have paid someone probably like 40 or 50 or $60 to do that crap.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know about that. I knew about like freelancing, but I thought it was for like other things. I didn't know you could do that for that cheap.
Yeah,
Excuse me. But that's awesome. That's
it's a
sweet.
total game changer.
Yeah. It's cool.
So, do you think most people that are starting out, that are new into investing, that are new into day trading, new into swing trading, do you think they need to contribute? Like, you're putting in a lot of effort, a lot of hours. Do you think most people need to be at that level of commitment to start?
Uh to start, I don't know. Maybe I would say no. The reason why I say no is because you don't even know if you're gonna like it. If you're especially day trading. I mean, day trading is so stressful, and if let's say you spend 8 hours a day, okay, normal work day, 8 hours,
Hmm.
um, and you're just focusing on day trading, and then let's say a week later you don't even like it. You know what I mean? Or a month later you don't even like it. That's hours of wasted time. But looking at the opposite, if let's say you didn't do it, and you like it, then you can always put more time into it. That's what I always think. I don't know. That's what I
Yeah,
always tell my friends. So
I never really clicked with it until like probably 8 months of doing it,
yeah.
and then yeah, you just wake up and you're like, holy crap, this is like so cool.
Yeah, that's like YouTube. YouTube was a funny thing for me. I used to make like stupid videos when I was a kid. Stupid videos. And I would post them, and like I would only get like I don't know 30 views, 5, 10, maybe 2 views. I don't know, but then I'm like I deleted the channel, and then I started up another channel, and it got like hacked or something. I don't even know what happened to it. Just like disappeared one day.
Oh wow, oh
It was
crap.
so weird. Yeah, I only had I think like 20 subs at the time, but still, I mean, there was still hours I put into it. And YouTube was like, I don't know, I think your email got hacked, and they came in and got your YouTube account. I'm like, I have 20 subscribers. I'm like, I don't. It's not that big of a deal, but it's just weird. And then I started up my other channel, and I first started doing vlogs, like day trading vlogs, stuff like that. And then I was like, I want to make either two things. I want to make entertainment, or I want to make educational videos on it. I don't want to do like stupid stuff, pranks. I want to be either, entertained but learning, or just straight educational. So, and that really changed my whole YouTube. So, you
Right.
know,
And if people want to go and find that and watch your videos, where should they go?
uh, go www.youtube/Carter Farr, and you guys will find it. It's
That is
great
so
content.
cool.
Yeah, it's
It's really
awesome.
nice that like you're sharing it with people in like
Yeah,
an education way.
yeah. And like the thing is I wish like what really also helped change my YouTube is I wanted to create content that I would watch, especially when I was trading. If
Yeah.
there was something I didn't understand, I wanted to, learn about it. So I felt like, okay, if I teach someone, everyone can kind of come to my channel and learn about everything they could possibly learn about with trading. So that's kind of how I had my channel at first. And now it's like personal finance and where to put your money, and I'm changing each day with trading and personal finance and money management. So
It's all important stuff.
yeah, it is. And I always like, it's funny. People are always like, "Oh, you're a YouTuber," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I make YouTube videos." And they're like, "Oh, let me guess, you're a gamer." I'm like, I am the complete opposite of that. Everybody's a game or a streamer now, so it's everybody always assumes, but it's funny.
Does that help sort of handle some of the like stress that comes from trading?
Yeah, honestly, it probably does. I always just kind of done it, and I got into the routine of it. But I'm sure it probably does. I'm sure it does, because if let's say I had a $600 loss, and I know one person's gonna gain value from it, that's gonna relieve my stress. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So
That's really insightful.
yeah, but
Do you have any other big things that you try to do to lower stress?
I mean, I read. I try to do the sauna. Um, working out. I think everyone should work out
Yeah.
if they're stressful, or depressed. Go to the gym, go for a run. You'll feel so much better. But I don't know. I mean, there's CBD, but I don't do that. So, but
Jeez.
a lot of people do. But yeah, it's kind of like how I relieve my stress, I would say.
That's good. Hey man, I can support that. We'll see how weed stocks do this year.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. Crazy rallies, and they're very, very like volatile.
Yeah, it's insane. Were
Yeah.
you in on them before they were big?
So I made a good swing trade on Tilray. I
Oh,
got it.
nice.
I got in at like $20, and then and I don't know if it was $20. I don't even remember, but I made like a couple $100 off it.
A couple,
I mean,
yeah.
everybody was kind of making money when it was going from like I think it went from what 25 to 300.
Here, I'll pull up the chart. Yeah.
That it was something like that. What was it? Tilray.
It's interesting. Like you can find these really great investments just by like looking around at
Mhm.
the things you use.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like lately I've been really into like, or not really into, but trying to learn more about like dividend investing too. So like I've been just looking up stocks, just trying to build up a nice portfolio of some
That's like
decent.
the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's go. I'm trying to find the Did you end up finding it?
Yeah, man. They went to like 275
Yeah.
long time
Yeah.
ago. I remember those days.
I remember him too. Recent IPO just squeezed out. Everybody was buying it.
It's like Beyond Meat 1.0.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, so funny. Beyond Meat did pretty well for me lately though too. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Beyond Meat went. What was it like? $40, I think.
dude, it's
40
been
bucks
pretty
to
dope. I mean, they're at
yeah.
110 now. They used to be at
Hmm.
like 70. I bought puts at 150, and they like
Oh,
tripled.
really?
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's
because
awesome
it's
though.
just a Head and Shoulders setup. So
Oh yeah, it is.
yeah,
Nice. That's awesome. I mostly just saw like reason why I got into it before was just recent support. So I got in.
that's super smart. Yeah.
So
Wow,
I
they.
mean
I
I
mean, doing well.
yeah. Same with Tesla. Tesla's been killing it though too. I
Yeah.
mean, Tesla is at what 518 today. That's awesome. That's
It's just
crazy.
like so fun to just like look at the stocks over
I
and
know.
over.
I know it really is. What do you think about Elon Musk? Do you like him?
Oh, dude, such an inspiration. Like one of the
Oh,
most inspirational.
he really is. I love him. Literally, he's awesome. He always invests in, everything. Invest in, the SpaceX, the Hyperloop, Tesla, what else? And probably more. I mean, he really is sweet. He would be like probably like if I could pick one person to talk to for, you know, an hour, I would want to talk to him.
That's
He's
so
he,
cool.
he's he's sweet. I want to get a Tesla though too.
Right? Dude,
They're
I'm waiting
so
for the
nice.
Roadster to come out.
Oh, they're so nice.
Yeah.
They're so fast. Jeez, crazy. Roadsters, what 0 to 60 in 1.9?
It's berserk.
That like,
But it's so
uh,
cool to see like once you have sort of your first really big success with, personal investing or
mm,
a company or something. Because, he started everything with like the hundreds of millions he got from
yeah,
PayPal. And so like once
yeah,
you get to that point, like it's just like sky's the limit.
it
Like he flew
really is.
past the sky.
I know. Like he could have retired on a beach and just been, you know what I mean? Never had to worry about money. But that's why I like him is because he went hand and made some cool stuff.
Right.
That's why he's a cool guy. So
I think that's something I see like with a lot of like super successful traders like yourself. Like you don't have to work every single day if you don't want to, but you
yeah.
do because you love it, and it's like not
Yeah.
that much work in the first place.
Yeah, I don't even look at it as work really.
Exactly,
That's why I like it. You look at it just like you like doing it,
dude. If I miss a day, I'm like crap. I miss like my fun
I
excitement.
I know like I went on vacation. I went to the Florida Keys and like the whole time I like brought my trading setup and like my girlfriend was like, "Hey, we gotta go fishing, we gotta go to downtown," and I'm like, huh, like I'm missing my charts, I'm like, we're paying for it with this, but
Yeah, you pay
just
for
let
the
me,
vacation, the money on the
yeah,
vacation.
I know. Like we went to that's one thing I love about trading though too is you can trade anywhere, you really
Yeah.
can. We went up north somewhere. I think it was Pictured Rocks. It was like 8 hours away. Really beautiful, rocks and hills and like mountain type. But it was one of the first vacations. This was when I first started out, where I came back and everyone thinks about going on vacation, they're wasting money. I came back with money. You know what I mean? Because I took all my stuff and I traded. It was awesome. So it was sweet.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah.
kind of like, I'm still in college and stuff, but like, have you ever thought about like vagabonding with trading and just like moving somewhere for a couple of months and just like living off
Uh,
trading?
Kinda. I mean, yeah, it's always been one of those things, where I've wanted to do it. It's just doing it.
But you have like the choice and you have the freedom if you do.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I wanted to wake up tomorrow and just say, we're going on vacation, I can do it. There's not a boss where I got to be like, oh my God, can I get 2 weeks off? I want to be gone for 6 months. No one's going to say no. So, but
Do you
yeah.
think there's like a big difference between, what you do every single day versus what maybe somebody at Goldman Sachs or Wells Fargo does every day?
I would say yeah. I mean, those guys, I feel like this is just my opinion. Those guys are still clocking in. They're still, they're with the company that I don't even know how it works really. Don't they like give them asset or give them money and they got to build up their portfolio for clients or something, isn't it? I'm
That's
not
probably
sure.
part of it.
Yeah.
It's
So
confusing.
yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't study it. I'm not real sure, but I feel like it is. I feel like with myself, I have a lot more freedom than they do. I feel like I just have the world on in my hands. I can do anything.
That's
So,
really cool.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I love doing it, but yeah. I want to. One of my goals though is I want to get like a studio space where I can trade and film content. That's one of my goals. So I'm not like in the house, in an office or like in the house office, So doing it, but I
Do you
think that would be
have any
sweet.
really big like overarching long-term goals?
Uh, I want to get 3 real estate investment properties by 2020. What is it? 2. I got to look at my notebook, but 2021 or 2. 3 investment properties that I get tenants pay me, monthly. Then I want to, get a Tesla. I always want their car.
Yeah.
The car I have now literally is terrible. I hate it. But I just want to build up my portfolio. I want to hit 100K subs on YouTube. I want to just do everything. I want to travel, see the world. But
That's so cool, Carter.
yeah.
So with all like the content you're doing with personal finance and money management, like what do you think of when you think of like, spending, X much on a car, or like how do you see everyday expenses?
I mean, if the thing is, okay, a lot of people are like, um, you know, okay, if you're like I was kind of saying in the beginning, I kind of forgot it, kind of lost my train of thought. But if you're good with money, money will come to you, and the biggest issue shouldn't be getting it, should be getting rid of it, whether in smart ways. And if a $3 iced coffee is killing you, you need to reevaluate your finances and
Mm-hmm.
get more income. That's just my opinion. You should be able to, get coffee, nice dinners, eat out, like I eat out probably maybe once or twice a week, but I don't look at it like terrible, like I'm burning through money. I look at it like, I work hard. I work, probably 50, 60 hours a week, and I can do it. I can afford to do it, and I should be focusing on, good quality memories, and, so, but with money, I feel like money is a tool. You can let it sit, and when you let tools sit, they rust.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're using a tool to make something, then you're gonna get something in return. You're gonna get more stuff. So that's how I look at it. But I don't know.
That's really smart. And now you're like using your tools
Hmm.
in your investing and in your real estate and in
Yeah,
your business. Like
exactly.
that's really
So
smart.
yeah, I mean that's how I always looked at it though. Even when I was in high school, I mean, I used to be super like, oh my God, I can't spend money, and I kind of still am now. I don't spend money on like stupid stuff. The stupidest thing I'd probably buy would be the Tesla car if I ever got it.
Right.
But I always try to invest in myself, invest in stocks, and then really just I don't know, and travel and use the money for like travel. Those are like my 3 things I love doing. So,
That's so smart.
but
Yeah, I think that's one thing a lot of people overlook, especially if they don't have the experience. Is like it's like fun to invest in stocks.
it is. It really is. Like I would not do anything else. I really wouldn't. It's amazing,
Yeah.
especially when you see you're up and even if let's say you're up $5, you're still like, I made
I
$5
just clicked the
just sitting at
button.
my desk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's cool. I love it. I really do. But
That's
yeah.
awesome, Carter. What do you think is sort of like the one biggest stock market lie that new investors face?
Oh, stock market lie. Okay, probably get rich quick. A lot of like popular traders, maybe not like get rich quick, but like they think that they can make so much money today, and really what that means is like they're gonna take this money and they're gonna invest it, and that money's gonna triple or quadruple, and people are telling them that they can. I see countless Facebook ads saying, oh my gosh, you can double your money, you can triple your money, just learn these 3 simple strategies. And it's like that is not the case. You got to take time. If you're gonna You got to take time, education, you got to practice. There's so much. I feel like that's one of the biggest lies, is when like popular educators tell their students or tell people is that they can get rich quick.
Right.
But I don't know.
I remember. Yeah, and you see like some of it's really inspirational. It's like how you turn
Mhm.
$500 into like $1 million. But then
Yeah,
it's like how much experience is that person? How much experience you have going into it.
yeah, exactly. I think it the same way. Really do.
But it's cool because like do you think like you can mimic those results if you put in the time, if you put in the trades and you put in the effort?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you have just as much experience as this guy who's doing the same thing, and you take the same amount of time and study and educate yourself, you could do it. I
Right.
mean, you easily could. You know. But yeah.
That's really really smart, Carter. Well, that is phenomenal. I really really appreciate it, man. Are there
Yep.
any like super big stories, especially when you're starting out, that you think would help someone new getting into investing have a paradigm shift?
Um. Man, stories. Let me think here for a sec.
I
Let me
believe
think.
in you.
Okay, all right. Maybe this is like a key rule you guys, maybe not a key rule, but like something you guys should understand. And I wish I would have known. So when I first started trading, I traded my very first stock I traded was, oh man, what was it? GP. It was some stupid stock. I saw it and I bought it, but
Like a U.S.
and
company?
yeah, it was some U.S. company. Never heard of them. It was up a little bit, so I bought in.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
but and the trend, it was a downward trend.
Hmm.
I didn't know, it was up a little bit on the day, but the overall market, the overall year was down. So I'm like, all right, let's just hold this for a week. I put $1,000 into it, and I checked it, and I had like $200 in my my
Whoa.
account.
Wow.
Yeah. So understand that. Okay, first of all, the trend is your friend, and take time to really look at the charts, because the reason why I say the trend is your friend is because if the trend's going up, go up. If the trend's going down, go down. Really, because I didn't look at that, and it cost me, $800 at the time. And with the small account, that's a lot of
That's
money
big,
right
yeah.
now. Yeah, but so man,
Holding overnight, like if you're not going to look at weekly charts or daily charts, like that's
Mhm.
that's definitely dangerous.
Yeah,
Dangerous play right there.
I don't even know why the stock was up to begin with. Like I said, I literally just looked at it and I'm like, I'm all in. We're going for it. This is the one. And then it sold off, and it's not like I didn't take the time to check it. I think I had like schoolwork, and I'm like, well, it's probably good,
Yeah.
like whatever. So, but man, stupid trades, but I learned from it. I'd never do it again. So
Yeah, I mean, you learn from yourself or you learn from others and you just kind of bring it all together,
yeah, exactly.
which is
So
smart.
nice. Yeah, man.
Now that you're like at the top, you kind of have like this compound curve of like getting better and better and better and better at investing. And like you're like super high up it now and you've just got like all the experience behind you. What do you think are like the top three resources or tools that, new investors could use to really sort of skip ahead of a lot of that introductory stuff?
What really helped me was getting well, for my strategy I used, obviously momentum so huge. So I used trade ideas. Trade ideas literally helped me so much. It
Yeah.
was one of the biggest tools that I ever could invest in. I got everything I could possibly ask for right on my computer, and it saved me time, it saved me money, and it helped me make money. So it was awesome. It's probably the best tool. Best tool.
That's phenomenal. And where can people learn about that?
What was that?
And where can people learn about that?
Oh, you guys can go, check out my YouTube channel, carterfarr.com, or you can just go to carterfarr.com if you want to check it out that way. So sounds good.
That's really smart. And I know like what motivated you to start your podcast?
Um, Honestly, I wanted just to create more content, just to get more well known. So I started doing the podcast, and then, I started doing, just trying to, build, writing books and trying to help people, because I felt like I could definitely teach people some stuff, especially starting out. Maybe if it's, only like one or two things, that's huge over the course of a career. If I told you one valuable thing that could last a lifetime. That's going to be key. So that's
Yeah.
really why I did it, is to educate others and, just to put more content out there.
Dude,
So
that is so golden. And where can people learn about your podcast?
you guys can go to, I don't even remember the URL. I always change it. But you just go to carterfarr.com, and it's one of the links. You guys will see it. You guys will see it. I know you will. But
That's smart. And
yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about your books? They look really cool.
Yeah, so my books, really, I have a couple. I have How to Swing Trade Like a Millionaire, and you guys can learn like key strategies on swing trading, whether that's, hitting support lines. I teach you how to look at charts. Teach you how to, look at different studies. Another book that I have is How to Become an Active Trader, and that just focuses on, day-to-day day trading, and focusing on, not so much long-term plays, but like how to slowly grow an account and how to look at the overall day-to-day charts. So
that's really, really
cool.
Smart. Really, really cool.
Yep. Pretty sweet. I love doing it.
Awesome, Carter. Are there any questions I totally should have asked you, but I didn't ask you because I was silly?
No, you're good. You did a great job.
Awesome.
I loved it. We should do it again.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's so cool to like just surround yourself with like-minded people that are
It
like
is.
crushing it.
Yeah, it is. I love it. Networking is huge. So
Do you go to a lot of like networking events
I've been to, what is it? I think I've been to 2.
too? Are they like
Yeah.
big seminars and conferences?
Yeah, I went to have you ever heard of the trading service T2000? It was something like
The
that.
expo?
Yeah, it was something. I don't know. It was in Detroit. It was some trading expo or trading thing T2000 put
There's
on.
a lot of them.
Yeah, but I went there, met some cool people. I went to one like business entrepreneur thing where you just talked about businesses and met people, which was nice. So
What were some like your biggest key takeaways you've implemented from those conferences and from learning from a really big mastermind of other people?
all right, so if you're not working, you should be networking, just because a lot of, I didn't realize how important networking was. But if that's, say you guys are like, if that's, say trading's not your thing, and if you're a videographer or a photographer, okay, go to one of these seminars and meet with these business owners, and don't even like sell your stuff, just talk to them about like key things, and some of the things, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, it's like, just go there, don't be lazy, get up and go. It's the biggest thing, is just going. Once you get there, you like it.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
That makes so much sense.
yeah.
And not to pitch is huge. I remember I sold so many copies of my book, not by like trying to sell my book, by just talking to people.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't even have to be like, oh, I'm I'm a stock trader, I'm a YouTuber. Just be like, so like, you own, let's say, 27 restaurants. Some dude owns so many restaurants.
That's
and I
a
was
lot.
talking. Yeah, he pulled up, and I forget, some like a 2014 like Rolls Royce. I'm like,
Wow.
freaking nice car. I might have been newer. I don't remember. This was like a
Chauffeur
year
and
ago.
all?
What?
Do you have a chauffeur?
Did he?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He
Not
just
yet.
showed up. He had like a nice suit.
Oh,
And I'm like,
okay.
hey, I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, I would, I got a loan, and it was terrible for me to get a loan. I started this little store, or this little restaurant, wasn't doing anything. I sold it, and then I started this like little corn, or not corn dogs, coney dogs, and I started putting them in areas with a lot of construction, cheap, where these construction workers could get cheap lunches. And he said it took off. So I was just learning so much about it, and it was awesome. So he was a great dude. And like, the thing is I could like, we exchanged a phone number, so I could like call him and be like, hey man, what's going on? Do you have any input? I'm thinking about doing this. So it was really cool. It was
That's
really
a
sweet,
great
actually.
connection.
Yeah, it
Cool.
was really nice.
So you talked about, like people in different industries, or maybe who aren't like, full-time trade stocks all day. Or not even all day, just a couple of hours. 'Cause I know a lot of people, if they have a job or they have a career, maybe they're in school and they can't block out, the couple of hours it takes. What do you think is the best way for them to start getting involved in financial markets and investing?
Very first thing is learn about it. You know, whether it's reading books, taking courses. You know, second thing is if your money's sitting in the bank, you're doing something wrong. That's
Yeah.
how I think. That's how I think. You know that the bank's winning. If your money's sitting, the bank's winning. The bank's using that money that's sitting in there, and they're investing it themselves.
It's
So if you're not,
crazy.
your bank is. So just focus on whether it could be investing in yourself. It could be starting a blog. You like, let's say if you love movies, start a blog on a movie review. You know what I mean? There's so much opportunity out there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
That's phenomenal advice, Carter. That's super cool. I had this buddy's a financial advisor. He had this one client who was like 60, 65 years old. And for 40 years, they put like six figures, all of their money into like 10-year treasuries. Like
really,
everything was just treasuries.
oh my
And
god,
man, it's like, ugh.
I know you just find talent, but
You know, if you
that's
could
so
say like
funny.
one thing to like the half of Americans who don't own stocks according to statistics, like what would you say to them?
You're missing out. You're missing out. You're man, that's it. You're missing out. I can't even explain it more. That, yeah, just crazy. Half of Americans. Is it? Is that what you said? Half of
Yeah,
Americans.
it's insane.
Oh my gosh.
And we're at like the height, you know?
Yeah, I know. What? I now that you said that, I remember reading something that half of millennials, or half of people uh don't trust the stock market,
It's
or don't.
insane.
Yeah, now that you said that, that makes complete sense.
The top
They're-
1.2% from a study a couple years ago own like 78% of stocks.
oh my god.
And people are like, how do the wealthy get rich? And then you look at what they own, which is stocks, and it's like, do what they do, you know, or
Yeah,
real estate
exactly.
or businesses.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people always want to be rich, but they don't want to learn how,
It's
or,
interesting.
do it. So, or work for it.
Or sometimes they just don't like have access to it. So I think it's really powerful what you're doing, like getting financial
Yeah.
education in front of people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I always try. I like literally. I always want to help out, because I mean, when I was growing up, we didn't have a ton of money. You know what I mean? So I felt like money's so big. Money's the tool, like I was saying, and you just got to learn how to use it to
Right.
your advantage. So, but,
That makes a whole lot of sense, Carter. Awesome, man.
yeah.
Well, I say thank you so, so much for sharing. I hope all listeners got a ton of value out of this interview and learning about your background, which is very, very impressive to go from, you know, hating, minimum wage jobs to, thousands a day and just absolutely crushing with stocks. It's very, very, very impressive. And you've had a major, major accomplishment. Even if no one can really tell on the outside, it's really cool.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate you putting me on the show.
You bet, man. 100%.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks,
All
Carter.
right. All right. Take care.
You too. Bye.